guys. It's a little late, and so I decided that we would have a jam session. And by a jam session, I mean we're gonna sew in our jammies today. My favorite way to sew. So I thought we would keep it nice and pretty and clean, and we're going to make it beautiful because we are going to be making these reusable makeup remover pads. And they will make you pretty, they will keep the earth pretty, and they will make your bathroom pretty. Now, all you need for this is some terry cloth. Now, you can use a towel that you already have, or baby washcloths are super for that, or I buy it by the yard because I also use it to make bibs and burp cloths and things like that. Now, word of caution, this stuff is a really messy cut. Little things fly off everywhere. So I have one of these, and I just use it to suck up all those little things because it gets literally everywhere. The other thing that you will need is either quilting cotton, or I have been stocking up on these gauze fabrics. So obviously I like this one a lot because I don't have a whole lot left of that. I have some strawberry, I have this blue and aqua, and then I have this pretty purpley mauvey pink. And I've been using those. I can usually only find those in the summer, so if you have a chance to get out and get some, get them now because you'll want them. They are really nice to exfoliate. And then you have the side on the other side with the terry cloth, okay? Okay, now I'm ready to cut. And you're going to need to make circles, unless you want to make your square. If you want to make your square, make your square. But if you're making them in circles like I am, then just trace anything you have that's circle. You could do a jar, you could do a bowl, you could do a ribbon thing that the ribbon comes on. I don't care, whatever you use. The one that I used was 4.5 inches. So these are 4.5 inches. That's the size I kind of like, but you could go a little smaller if you want, or even a little bigger. And what I use is this Friskers handy dandy circle cutting thing, and I got it at Joann's. I know Joann's is gone, but I got it at Joann's once when they had all of their cutting tools like a percentage off, and decided to pick this up, and I actually use it. So what you do is you line up this black line. I don't know if you can see that. There's a black line here. You line that up with your fold, and then this is kind of your center, obviously. So you only need like 2 inches of a fold. I'm going to go ahead and set that up, and then I like to run my finger around just to make sure the 4 is on there. Now here's the tricky part. This little thing, see those little things? I shake. They're hard to get in that groove, but I'm going to go ahead and stick it in my 4 groove. Sometimes I end up in the wrong groove. I think I got it right that time. So here, since I had it folded the way I did, I ended up with 2 pieces, which is usually how I like to cut them. Shaky, shaky, shaky this evening. But there are my 2 circles. I know they don't look completely circular, but they are. They're just, you know, a little wonky because of holding them up like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my terry cloth. So, and it will make a mess. Just like to run around, make sure I'm going to be on there. Yep. And then stick that in. Ooh, look, I think I got it the first time. And terry cloth sometimes does not cut the whole way through, but of course this time it did. So there's that round. Now, the only thing you have to do after that is put them together, lining them up nicely so that, can you see that? So that they are a complete match. So whenever you cut your circles, make sure that you can match them up, because we are going to run around here, and instead of using my zigzag, I'm going to actually use my overlock, and I will show you how to do that over at the sewing machine, okay? I hope you're in your jammies with me. So I hope you can see the display on my sewing machine. This is my straight stitch, which is what I typically use, and then my zigzag, which you can use if you would like, but I'm going to use number 3, my overlock, and you see that it will stitch, stitch, and then make the V. Stitch, stitch, and then make the V. And as it makes that V, it's gonna lock over my fabric. Now I have it set that it is at 4.5 as a default, but I'm actually going to make mine a 7. You will have to see what you would like yours to be or how big you can make yours. I do not change the distance between my stitch, just the width of my stitch, okay? So that's going to stay at a 1.5 and then at the 7. Okay, so I did put one pin in the center just to keep my fabric pieces from sliding. And I'm using my regular presser foot, not my 1/4 inch. And I have it set so that it is right at the edge. I can actually see a little bit of the machine underneath here so that I know that the thread will be locking over my sandwich, okay? And then I'm just gonna go ahead and it's going to pull that in as I rotate my fabric. And I like to use 2 hands to do this just because I am doing a circle. I don't go super fast. I slow down when I need to. You will be able to too. There, I'm gonna slow a little bit. And I'm just gonna keep going the whole way around our circle. And you'll see this pretty little, I'll have to show it to you then, the edge, okay? So you finish it the whole way, back stitch at the end, and I'll meet you back over. Now, if you get yours out and it looks a little wonky because of the sewing, just give it a good press, and then you are all done. Here's the blue, here's the pink. We're going to make some more. And like I said, I like to put them in a group of 3 and then package them up. I think that was my ding to go to bed. So I hope you had fun in our jam session, and I hope you will jam with me again.